A is A, B is
And
B.
you got two webcams in YouTube and stream.
No, I got one webcam and I've got the T3 over here. So if you're watching the YouTube stream,
Which two are going to Zoom and which one to YouTube or whichever?
so my iPhone is going to me, which is right here, and I'll reverse the camera. So that camera right there, without me getting up and actually aiming it and making it perfect, goes over to that monitor right there. That camera right there is that image right there. So if you guys are as confused as I am,
Yes.
It worked perfectly.
That's why I asked. I understood what you said.
Okay, well
Not
that's
sure which way was which.
right, and
So the T3 is on YouTube.
right, the T3. If I were to come over here and go, and if you look right here in Fresno, California, you'll see Tim Sowell still looking for his cable that he thinks that he has. But you know what? Well, what? Wait, we have breaking news coming in. What's that, Tim?
I gave up.
That's where that one's at. Okay, so
So what kind of monitor is that, Ken?
that's a whopping monitor called an Element. Bought it out of a pawn shop, $20. Works fine.
Is that like a TV?
Another reason
Element TV.
it's a TV actually. Yes,
Okay.
and I'm using it as a monitor.
I've seen those at Walmart actually.
Yeah, $20 out of a pawn shop in Vegas.
How do you do that?
Another reason I like being out there. So
I actually
Well,
like
the Brazilians and pawn shops.
yes, they do. I can say that in past tense now since I no longer live there. But the cool thing is, Zoom. I need one more camera. So Zoom is right here in front of me. Everything behind the scenes, I can minimize this. I can bring up whatever I need to do. Oops. Put it over here. I can bring up whatever I need to do. Zoom is still here. Nothing's affected. YouTube is over there. And if I want to do it on YouTube, I just put YouTube over here and behind the scenes over there as well. That works out good. And now having that hooked up to show what's going on there, kind of cool.
Using your phone for Zoom?
Right, I'm using the phone for Zoom. So this is me on Zoom.
But you can use the camera now?
The camera is actually being used. Okay, so
One more time.
yeah. So the Rebel T3 Rebel is aimed at my Element monitor right here, which is here. Watch. I'll show you what its purpose is. We'll go to YouTube. Go to my channel. Part 2 is showing. I'm going to double click on it, and there it is. And so far, no one, even Gary hasn't joined. He requested it. So now I can sit here in front on Zoom, which I like. I got to get the camera. That's why I need that doggone tripod. So I can deal with stuff here. I can monitor, as you guys, if you're watching the YouTube stream, you actually see, I can't talk without moving my hands. You'll actually see Zoom off to the right with my picture from OBS right here. So I'm going to adjust it down a little bit and put it right down there in the corner. Then minimize that. And now, depending on what the lag is, it's good. And I can flip it around, but it's just more confusing to me to not do it. If I were to flip this, I'd be lost. This is workable. But to continue, let us now go to...
I'm glad I told you about something you got to work.
I am too. Hey, again, just like what Catherine said last night, the thing that I relish most about this group of the panel, the group, the community, whatever we want to call ourselves, I think I was referred to today in another channel. They're just a bunch of old people that get together and talk at night. And I went, I said, thanks.
That's what I told my wife. I'm going upstairs and talk to my old friends.
Yeah, yeah.
Except for Alex.
Yeah.
And Catherine.
So you'll see. So I can't see. I need. Now, Greg will appreciate this. Not only do I need another camera, I could use one more monitor because right now on YouTube it's probably got my ugly face because oh it don't. Why don't it?
No, I see you on YouTube.
Yeah, it should be the big wide. No, okay. Anyway, I'll come back to it. I want to go.
Is it Catherine in her 40s or 50s?
Do what, Alex?
Well,
Yeah,
Catherine's probably
Catherine
Catherine is several years older than me. So, right.
Well, I'm 62, so I'm not going to do the math, but it's a couple days.
Catherine is what I call middle-aged, isn't it?
I don't think that downloaded properly. That does not look correct. Windows installer package, author's epic game. Is that zipped? It doesn't look like a zip file though.
What's it say?
Here, I'll just share my screen.
If it's zip, it should have a symbol of a zip zipper.
Yeah, it does, and I think so too. So you guys should see it. There should be.
Yeah, that's right there. It's a zip zipper.
Right. So that's the camera one. I don't need it. It's in my downloads. This is the one for the program for Unreal Engine.
Yeah, that's a you can run it. It's on the side.
Do what, Gary?
Run it if you want.
How do I run it? Double click?
Don't get.
Yeah.
No, wait. Why do you want Epic Games? That's
Something.
Fortnite.
No, this is a creator. This is not a game. This is yeah. The way I understood it, this may be a short-lived or short-lived, depending on how you pronounce it, adventure.
And this looks to me like an Epic Games launcher.
No, I don't. I hope not, because it's my understanding that it's. I got warnings down here. Let's go see what that's all about. It's my understanding the device is either stopped. My phone is not stopped. I'm not even. Can you guys see me?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's scary right there. Now let's go see what this one is. Install, yes. And then this is that one. My son was telling me about this thing called Unreal Engine, and it's supposed to be the best software to create games, video stuff, etc., etc., etc. So that's why I have it. That's why I'm getting it. I've got Blender, I've got DaVinci Resolve, I've got Photoshop. I honestly do not need this, but I was kind of challenged, so please nobody challenge me to drive my car 80 miles an hour doing a YouTube stream again, though. That was not pretty.
So you gotta use Epic. You gotta use Epic Games, whatever you're installing, like you would install Fortnite. You would install this Unreal Engine software.
Well, again, it might be very short-lived or very short-lived. I'm never sure which way that's supposed to be said. It might not be around a long time. Let's put it that way. If I don't like it, if it looks like it's too steep of a learning curve, if it looks like it's more for games or gaming or gamers, it won't be. I won't keep it.
I'm like the bell.
Not a problem, Tim. I'm really surprised you stuck around this long because you got to work in the morning, correct?
Yeah, I'm glad I got you.
Yeah.
Help you somewhat. Keep your eye on Zoom.
Well, you're going to be like Jim here in a couple
I
minutes.
don't have a million HDMI cable.
Couple months, you're going to go, what kind of a monster did I create? Now, this is not good. It's wanting me to sign back in. All right, Tim. Yeah, we'll get together. There's a couple things we got to talk about anyway. So I'm going to sign in with Google, even though I've done this once already. This is ridiculous. Almost done. Please continue to close this window and go back. Okay, so we're going to continue. And then I don't need to look at the stream. That's kind of interesting. Oh, the camera shut off. No, there it goes. Wow, that's a bad lag. All right, so minimize this. I don't need their, or do I need this?
Now just search for whatever. Just search for the Unreal Engine or whatever you're looking for in there and see if it's available to download.
On the right, left-hand side.
Up
Below,
there.
right below. There you go.
Okay, just on there.
Yeah, I'm leaning toward that this may be going away quicker than I anticipated. Because this doesn't, I don't see where I can develop. If I could develop something or create something.
It looked like it was the very top option.
No, this is the Unreal Engine. I'm on the Unreal Engine. I clicked on that. I'm good.
You got a UE4 and a UE5 up there.
Right here.
And there's a 5 on the other side. Scroll to the, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know which one you want.
We'll see what the difference is. I don't want early access. That's Unreal Engine.
No, it's early access.
Right, I don't want that. So I'm not seeing anything in here. Let me make this full screen.
Now make it.
So I'm not seeing anything in here that says the word create anywhere. I see downloads. I see settings. LNK Presents is the name I used to make it.
Okay, up there, the words up there said creators use this.
Marketplace.
Click on the yellow orange looking button that says install engine.
That's what I was just wondering about, if you have to do anything with that.
Get ready to find out. Sure, looks good to me. Create a shortcut. Sure, looks good to me. I want to build a new computer in the summer anyway. Why not? Let's click on everything we can. No peer users. Okay, please wait. Is it downloading or installing or?
It looks like it's downloading.
It says please wait up here. This is not doing anything but please wait.
It looks like it's trying to.
Please wait while we rob your bank account.
Exactly, initializing. Exactly. Just a few more seconds, LNK.
We are now encrypting.
Yeah.
Now it's got an estimated time. What did it say down there?
Holy shoot.
I don't see estimated time, but it's installing it at breakfast.
Take a look at how much
The
it's.
numbers are moving.
Take a
It's
look at
about 23 megabytes of so many gigabytes.
13.2.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 13.2 total, and it's up to 20-some megabytes in size.
Yeah, it might take a
gigabytes.
minute.
That's going to take all night.
Installing 4%.
Yeah, 5% up here in the top. Look, real heavy program too then, huh? Let me bring Zoom back over here.
It was 7%. It's moving a little bit.
Yeah.
About 30 minutes probably. Oh, this is definitely my part too.
I'm going to grab a coffee refill.
Well, I'm going to put that, I'm going to stop sharing your screen. I'll keep you guys, it's 9%. When it gets close, I'll go back and we'll see what it looks like. So, it may be very short. I get it installed and go, don't like it, and just get rid of it. That's a good possibility.
Now, at least you got multiple hundred download internet speed, so it doesn't take, all night.
So I know the next project we got to get for you, Alex, is a microphone, because you sound like you're 12 feet away and whispering. Or it's my hearing. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I got the solution here, maybe. Kind of, sort of.
So I need to get us a microphone set up, because I'm using the webcam one, and
Okay, try it now. Give me an audio check, Alex.
S123.
About the same, but I can live with it. It's fine. I put my headphones on.
How is the audio bad on my end? I mean, I'm using at least a $150 Blue Yeti here.
Alex, I can't hardly hear you, seriously.
Yeah, it's
pretty low.
So the stream doesn't have, is anyone, 2 people are watching. It does show that it's going out. And it is, now is the camera working? Here, let me test it. This is a Walmart card. The numbers
Okay, how do I
are
sound now?
better.
Okay, I moved the microphone closer.
So now I got to get the light aspect from that camera. Okay, we get it working. Gary, hi. Good. Thank you, guys. That means it is working. Cool. So now I can move this.
Do I sound good?
You're better now. Yeah, that's much better. Oh, wow. Interesting. So
Yeah,
this
that's all
is...
it was. I just needed to move the microphone closer.
Huh. You know how usually when you minimize, or not minimize, but close the window on something, you can make adjustments to the size you want? This install window ain't going no smaller. It's at 21%, by the way. It's crazy. Because I wanted to kind of keep up with chat at the same time. Not that there's a lot of people in there, just Gary and Robert.
I was just there. You wanted to
Yeah, yeah. No, I understand. I appreciate it.
Nobody just typing in.
I'd be surprised if y'all can't hear me with this great big fancy microphone I've got.
You're not too bad right now, but a while ago it really sounded like you were about 12 feet away and whispering. I mean,
Well, maybe it's just because I'm not talking that loud.
I talk loud anyway. I've done it for years. So if I whisper, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick?
Well,
Yep.
I know if I bang on this, I know if I bang on my desk, I know if I bang on this table, you'll be able to hear it.
Wait a minute. Hey, Jeff. I see Jeff can't hear me.
He went to get coffee.
Craig, doggone it, you're supposed to play along with the bit. Yeah, he went to get coffee. Speaking of coffee, Robert, how are we doing? Hey, Matthew Camp is back. Good to see you again. We are just in the process of downloading the, whatever it is, on Unreal Engine, and it's up to 30%. It's actually moving along pretty good. A lot better than I thought it would be. But I got a funny feeling it's not going to be what I want. So, Rick, you're leaning towards starting zooming, or not zooming, but streaming, did I understand?
At some point, yes, but that whole rigmarole we went through about 5 nights ago, I've forgotten all that. So you're gonna have to get with me at some point and do a review because I have that 2-second memory thing. Remembered it for about a minute, then went out and had a smoke, came back in. It's like, what was that we talked about?
Like
Damn.
walking in the other room to get something and walk in there and go, what'd I come in this room for? Yeah, I know.
And they're done that.
Yeah.
Is this a room?
So, yeah. So when you get up and running, what do you think you want to stream? If you don't mind me asking.
I don't know.
Okay. Just wondered.
That's kind of where I'm becoming an idiot. And streaming, I don't know what to stream about.
Acid reflux is killing someone tonight. Hey, Robert, you might want to call the station and have someone dispatched out there to help you with that. That sounds horrible.
I'll call 911.
How'd your cousin die? Acid reflux got him. Oh, no, man. That's... okay, I'll stop joking about that. That's not funny. 35%.
Now it's not being that that's a condition I have. Doesn't act up very often, but when it does.
I used to have it horribly bad, and the VA prescribed me a medicine for it, and I haven't ever. If I remember to take it, I never get heartburn. I mean, I literally could drink water and get heartburn. It was horrible. So I know I shouldn't joke about it. I take that joke back, Robert.
Then I got gout in my left foot that I'm going to take care of one of these days, but I don't want to go to the hospital or a clinic right now. And I don't like how they treat it. They stick needles in your foot without Novocaine. They just hang on a second.
Is that to drain it?
To drain it, yeah, whatever they do with gout. Like, oh my God, like, can't you guys numb me? It's like, no, we can't.
Well, here,
Catch you off guard,
let me
then
give you
you
some.
don't
Let me give you some very sound advice. This will help you in many, many situations. If you need something numbed,
Oh yeah, sure.
if you need to
Found you
knock,
hard.
Hey,
if
I
you
gotta
need
go
to
to
knock some sense into someone's head,
Well, yeah, that'll work. Yeah.
but you got to be careful when you're pounding someone's head because if you hit them a little too hard,
Yeah.
I'll attend the trial though if it happens. I mean, I'll come and support you.
Well, Tanya Harding didn't get in trouble. Her
So-
boyfriend did.
That makes me think. Did you guys see over the weekend where a young lady was convicted of manslaughter? Anyone know why? Want to take a guess why?
I think I heard about this, but I can't remember.
I don't know. Tell us.
She sent her boyfriend 23 text messages and said, "Why don't you kill yourself?" And guess what?
He did.
He did.
Yeah, that's the
And
last
there
I heard
and
about.
she was found guilty of manslaughter.
I don't understand that.
And well, I'll go one better than that. My sister was telling me about a case in the virtual world. Okay? The meta world or whatever it's called now. The virtual world. Someone committed a crime in the virtual world. It got reported to Robert in the real world. That person was
You can still
arrested
get arrested.
and sent to court, and there's a trial pending.
Yep.
That I don't
That
get.
don't make sense. That's like saying you're playing Grand Theft Auto and you commit a crime in Grand Theft Auto. and-
Because technically that's what people do and they're recorded. That you can't do. They
Go out
go out
fast.
stealing cars just like Grand Theft Auto and they're recording it back to their whatever, and that's how they're getting caught.
Right. And yeah, no, and that you can't do that. I mean, if you're stealing a car IRL, as see how I'm up to date, right? In real life, if you're stealing a car and recording it and sending it back, you're liable for punishment, sure. But if this was all virtual and we're talking about something in the virtual world, how do you get arrested for something you did in a virtual world by a real cop? Okay, rant's over. I gotta go check. I gotta go check YouTube. 62%, by the way. I'm on.
It's no bad at 93%.
Yeah, really. I'll let you know. Uh-oh, I clicked the wrong button, Doug.
It'll say error at 98%.
Or 99.9. So it's down. It's at 64% installed, and it's only got 2 gig to go. Those numbers don't make sense.
And you got like a 200 some odd meg internet connection. That'd take me forever with only 50 meg.
Current speed's probably about 260. I don't know. I don't.
Church had to turn down my church had to turn down their internet speed because they was pulling 200 in the sanctuary, and nobody's there to use it except for on Sunday morning and Sunday night. So I actually had to turn down the internet connection speed at church.
70%.
I found out the other night through a surprise when I did it. I did the speed test on mine. I did not realize I was getting an upload speed of 200 something. And
Damn.
that's because I got that new Netgear router. It's got the not 10100, but the other 100, 1100 or whatever. It has a gig internet.
So Blackwatch, I'll
Ethernet
say
port on it.
my download right now is 113.3. That's horrible.
That's because you're downloading something.
And my upload is
Really not
32.
horrible.
My upload
That's
is
double-
actually really
that's double
cool at
what I have.
32.93. But yeah, I mean, I got Zoom going. I'm downloading this Epic game, which is at now 75%.
And you've still got double the speed that I have.
So Alex, by shutting down the speed at the church, was that simply to save money?
Yes, because the church was pulling in the sanctuary, was pulling 200, and it only gets used on Sunday morning, and the computer the church has can't even take advantage of it because the computer is so slow it can't even keep up with the internet's much faster than the computer is.
I got
My-
400 meg download.
So yes, but
Okay.
but even though they turned down the speed, even though they turned down the speed, last time I was there, it was still registering 60, about 60 down and 65, 70 down and 65, 70 up.
No, I wasn't doing this kind of stuff when I lived in Aiken, South Carolina, but I had Atlantic Broadband and it was like 20 down and like 3 up. And
That's
it was
what-
at it, and I could actually watch a movie over that there.
With no
barely.
buffering.
Yeah, usually no buffering.
Oh, wow.
That's what my grandma recently has had for years, as long as she's had cable internet until real recently, and they upgraded her automatically to 50 down and 5 up.
Now they had higher speeds available, but when I moved there, I bought a package deal for phone and TV and internet at a cheap price. And I wasn't home much, and my wife doesn't use the internet, so I didn't care a whole lot about the internet speed.
Now it's installing at 84%. So I'll go ahead and maybe reshare my screen. We'll see if this happens.
Yeah, that's the first time that I've ever experienced anybody saying that they're going to have to turn their internet, if they want to turn their internet speed down.
I'm surprised the
Decrease
internet
it.
company let you do that and then lowered your bill. Or did they lower your bill?
They let our treasurer person, the person that handles the money at church, said that they would only let internet company would only let her decrease it by so much. It would only let her decrease the speed by so much at one given time.
Now
Yeah,
you are limited to internet companies, are you not?
Yeah, there's only one.
Okay, that's what I thought. Because that's why they
But they
can.
said-
That's why they can threaten her like that, because they know you can't go elsewhere, and that's sad.
Yeah, but most people want to turn their internet speed up. Most people don't want to turn it down.
That's true.
But because we're only at church 2 days a week, and it only gets used on Sunday morning and on Sunday night and on Wednesday night, there's absolutely no reason for the church to be paying for 200.
So is it
We-
90%?
Do you know how much money
verified?
it saved them, Alex, or not?
Yeah, I do. Before they decreased the internet speed, the bill was probably somewhere around 220 some odd dollars
A month?
and a month.
That's just internet, right?
I think it may be phone too, but the phone is real cheap.
Okay,
The phone's like $10 $10 or something like that.
all right.
But we do have 2 separate internet lines, one for the fellowship hall, one for the church, and they're two totally separate internet connections with 2 totally separate modems.
Mm-hmm.
So they're paying for 2 different internet
Okay,
connections.
yeah,
but it's
2
all the
modems.
same.
Yeah.
But it's all in the same bill. But anyway, it was like $200 something a month, and it went down. Last time I looked at it, it was like 100 and something.
Yeah, I know
It
it
went down at
sounds
least
easy to say
100.
this, but I'm a guy that's got money, but I always try to get somehow, one way or another, I'll get that bill to come down.
Hey, you make me
I'm cheap that way.
But
You take a couple dollars
because-
off that bill? No. Well, then I'll go with somebody else. No, wait a minute, maybe $2 we can take. You know, that's what I do, but I shouldn't, but I do.
Nothing wrong with
The
that,
good
Rick.
news is because at least we know we can get it there at the church that fastest speed. So if we need it back, she can upgrade it back. But I don't think it'll ever be needed unless the church wants to start live streaming on YouTube and stuff, which they could do now with not a problem. But the computer's not fast enough to do any of that kind of stuff. It's barely fast enough to run. The computer's barely fast enough to run PowerPoint and Easy Worship, the software they use to put the scriptures up on the screen.
Yeah, what kind of computer is it, Alex?
It's a Dell. It's only a couple of years old. It's like a Dell with like an i3 or i5 85 something or other in it. But
An i5 ought to be fairly good. An i3 might
something
not be
like
very
that.
powerful.
But it's only got like 8 gig. It's only got 8 gigs of RAM, and it's got a 5400 RPM HDD in it, not an SSD.
That's partly your problem, but it's a pre-built, right?
It's a pre-built with
Well,
an
there's your other problem.
HDD and only 8 gigs of RAM.
Is it desktop or laptop?
It's a desktop. But you see, the guy that bought it, the guy that does the sound room is the guy that bought it, the guy that runs all the sound equipment and the computer and stuff, and he refuses to let me upgrade it, and he refuses to even let me connect to it remotely to do anything, even though everybody in that church knows I have a degree in this stuff.
Yeah, I have the same problem in my town. I can tell people I've been doing this for like 24 years, and I still want him. Like, well, fine, have him. He ain't gonna be able to do it for
Yeah.
a month.
My only hope at this point is that at some point down the road, the computer will crash, and he will say, Alex, this is the second time I've had to. This is going to be the third time I've had to replace this computer. Will you please build me one?
Surprised they haven't asked you yet.
Yeah, I had a guy in Vegas that wanted me to build a computer, and he's still to this day. Of course, I can't do it now. I'm not there, but even though he wanted one, he just every time we got around to this discussion, it was like no, because my logic was take it how you want. If I build someone else a computer, I can take my sweet time, and if I make a mistake, I can get it fixed and learn from my mistakes. Or if I make a mistake, I can learn from my mistakes and fix my mistakes, and I've killed two birds with one stone. As luck would have it, I built my own machine, and it took me 3 days, honestly, and probably 4 or 5 emails back and forth with Jim because I couldn't figure it out how to do the power supply. But it's all good. It's up and running, and we're all happy.
Having to explain everything to my mother, where to screw all the screws and everything, it took us about 4 hours to put the hardware together, but it takes me about a day, and it takes me about a day and a half to put all the software on.
The first computer I built, the biggest problem I had was that it was quite a while ago, and the guys in Taiwan who wrote the instructions for the case and the guys in Taiwan who wrote the instructions for the motherboard didn't explain the English all that well, and it was the front panel connections that caused me the most difficulty.
Yeah,
all the rest of it wasn't that bad.
I thought we was gonna have problems. I thought I was gonna have problems with the front panel connection on my mom's computer too. But as it turned out, we got all of the front panel connections right. Everything plugged in correctly on the first go around.
Well, now I mean,
and I attribute most of that to the fact that I watched Carrie's videos.
Well, I watched those, but now I look at my motherboard that I've got in the case, and everything is labeled so much better than it was 10 years ago.
Oh yeah.
I still did with that with mine and the other computer in the living room with the front panel connectors, and I still got the panel switches. I get the lights on the panels don't light up because I've got them backwards. Everything else works, the power switch and everything, but those two LED power and hard drive LED won't turn on because I've got them flipped backwards. I never did get those two right. I always get them backwards.
I was surprised we was able to get everything plugged in correctly on the first go around, and we haven't had any problems.
So your mom did all the physical work of putting everything together for you?
Yes, but I had to explain it all.
Well, kudos to your mom for doing that. I mean, that's awesome.
Where to screw the screws? I had to order the parts with her card, and she didn't even know what parts I ordered until they came in.
But the
fact that you were able to explain it clearly enough, and she was able to understand you and put it together,
right?
Says something about both of you.
Exactly. I mean, that's fantastic.
Well, I can explain things to my mom like that, but she won't be able to do it. She'll just say, no, what? No, wait a minute, son. What did you just say a couple minutes ago?
Right.
I said, the hard drive screw goes on one side. You say, huh? What was that? I'm like, Mom, forget it. Bad idea. Over and I'll go around 3 hours later. Have we
At
done
least I don't
yet?
have to explain. At least I don't have to explain. How to. At least I don't have to explain how to put the hardware together and explain step by step every step I'm doing to install the software.
Well, it gets bad when your mom asks you, because I'm trying to explain to her what this YouTube live stuff is.
Oh yeah.
And she says, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
Why don't you answer your phone at night? Like, Mom, I'm not going to answer the phone. I'm on a live stream. She looked at me and she said, what's a live stream? Like, oh.
Yeah. How old's your mom, if you don't mind me
How do you
asking?
explain that? How do you explain that to a 77-year-old woman?
Oh, my mom's 83, and I can relate.
Does she have do you guys have like iPhones or Android or what?
You asking Rick?
Yeah, asking Rick.
Yeah.
Does your mom have a smartphone?
She does now, yeah. And she doesn't understand it. She keeps looking at me and said, Rick, when is this button here new? It's like, Mom.
My mom does not have a smartphone.
Are you able to FaceTime her or?
Well, that's just it. She doesn't understand this technology. So how do I explain it to her so where she can understand?
Right.
That's the problem I'm having, is getting this
My
new
mom will be
technology shoved
59
into her
tomorrow.
head. And she's from the 1940s.
You say
She don't know any of this
59?
stuff.
My mom will be 59 tomorrow, and both my parents have. All three of us have Android phones, and I have an Apple iPad.
My dad's more tech savvy than what my mom is. My mom, it'll go right over her head.
On my Android, I've got an app that I could use to talk to my granddaughters who have iPhones.
Oh, really?
It'll communicate with the actual FaceTime app on.
No, she has to get the same app. It's called Duo, DUO, and it works on both iPhone and Android.
Android has it.
That's a Google app.
So
Yeah,
Matthew Camp and I are talking in chat. I've got a real bad feeling that I've just wasted a lot of time getting this, because this is not what I thought it was. But we'll see.
Can you screen share?
It's at 94%. I didn't think you guys want to sit here and watch this boring. It's just kind of stuck. So my mom's 83. She does not have a smartphone. She's got a flip phone. She does not want a smartphone. She understands to a certain degree what YouTube is, and Facebook, and Twitch, and Twitter, and all that other nonsense, but she has no interest in it.
That's the way my grandma is. I try to get her to get a smartphone, and she never used it. It's set in her bedroom on her dresser, plugged in. She never used it. She downgraded to a flip phone, so now she's got the same kind of phone as my papa does, and they're both in their 80s. She has an Amazon Fire that she uses.
Now, a month ago,
to look at Facebook every night, and that's all she does on the internet is look at Facebook.
Yeah, a month ago, my mom called me when we were visiting the grandchildren, and I had it on speaker, and the granddaughter came up, and she was looking at the phone expecting to see a face, because she knows what FaceTime is, because we FaceTime about every other day. And she couldn't understand. She goes, "Where's great grandma? Where's great grandma?" And we were trying to explain to her that she can't FaceTime because she doesn't have a smartphone. But it was cute that the 3-year-old wanted to, understood that great grandma's face should have been on that phone. But,
I saw something. I saw a video the other day that's like parents going around asking your kid to like do the motion for a phone, and you would do it. You used to do it like this. Well, the kids were when the parents would ask the kids to do it, they would do it like this, because that's what they're used to with it. That's how you hold a smartphone up to your ear, instead of how you used to do it when you just had a regular corded phone or cordless phone house phone that you would.
Have you ever seen videos of young kids trying to use an old rotary phone?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I've never used never personally used a
Well, the
rotary
little
phone, but
place
know
I
how to
grew up
use-
in until I was in high school,
But I know how to
we
use
had
one
a-
if I ever run into one and need to use it. I do.
we
know.
had an
What's
old
your age?
phone system where you would crank the phone and that would ring the operator, and then you would tell
Yeah.
the operator who you wanted to talk to.
Were you
I
on a
remember
party
6
line?
digits.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you could
Yeah.
hear
Yeah.
click, click as everybody lifted up to listen in or hang up or whatever on your conversation.
Oh yeah, my mom's told me about party lines, but the closest thing I personally remember to a party line is having dial-up internet, and my mom telling me to get off the internet because she has to make a
Yeah,
phone
I remember those days.
I hated those days.
And
Yeah.
you would not, when I was growing up, our phone number was 3 on 49, which meant 3 rings on line 49.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding.
96%. I'll go ahead and start sharing again.
And what was your phone number? 6 or 7 digits, Jeff?
No digits at all.
No,
3 rings on line 49.
no, your phone number for me to call you.
You would call the operator in this little town and let her know who you wanted to talk to, and she knew what
Oh my
who to
God.
call.
By name or by 3 rings on 49?
Either way.
Wow.
Well, that's how they did it back in those days. You didn't call the person directly. You called the operator, said, I'd like to talk to such and such. Can you connect me, please? Like, yes, sir.
like you do
Wow.
now when you're talking.
Yeah, we
you
had a
call
little-
business.
Local phone company in this town, and there was an older lady that was the operator, and her husband was the lineman. And they lived in a house that the telephone company owned.
Monopoly going on there.
And they finally retired when the guy got too old to climb up and down the poles anymore. And then we merged with several other little towns to form a county-wide phone company. That's when we finally went to rotary dial phones with real numbers. That was around 1965 or 66.
We still had 6 digits. It was two letters and 4 numbers. I mean, like
Yeah,
it'd be like
we-
Maple 1, 2, 3, 4.
That was during the days of you had to pay per minute or whatever to make a long distance call. Now all the long distance calls are free. They don't care about long distance. They get you with the internet bill.
Well, when I first came to Las Vegas in December 2000, I was using a phone card to call home to Tennessee when I was just out here living in a motel. And they were still charging. I had an AT&T card, and they charged me out the wazoo for long distance
Oh, I
calls on
bet.
it.
99%.
And then I finally went to Walmart or Sam's or someplace like that and bought a phone card where it was only 4 cents a minute or something like that. But AT&T was charging me like $1.50 a minute.
I think that's what it is. If I put money on my Google account to call internationally, I think that's what it would cost me to call, like a few cents a minute to call internationally. But
Why
Now-
would you use your phone? Use Zoom or use Skype or use anything but a phone. Why?
again,
Huh?
the way my phone number works, I can call on my computer, I can call on my tablet, I can call using my Google speaker, I can call using my actual phone. I can log
100%.
into
Let's
my
see what
Google-
happens next.
I can log into my Google account on anybody's computer, and as long as I have a microphone and a headset, I can
Please.
call anybody.
Please send 2 Bitcoins to
Yep.
get your software to work.
Yep. Probably. It wouldn't surprise me. Then I have to go delete it all. Well, then to get it deleted, I'll have to send 3 Bitcoins.
Did you ever get your Vizio updates?
It works. I haven't checked. And the TV was off over the weekend, so if it did update, it should be good.
we have an old Vizio smart TV that's in our living room TV was a smart TV, but it's no longer a smart TV because there's no update available for it.
Planned obsolescence.
But it's got a Chromecast now, so it don't connected to it.
My
So it doesn't
TV went
need-
back down under 500, so I'm gonna wait another couple of weeks, see if it drops any more. And that's
Our
not
TV
so much,
is
not so much of the prices. So I got to convince her to get the TV.
our 55 inch.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got
It's
to.
8
Do you
years
want to
old.
allow this app to make changes to your device? Oh, sure. We've played along so far. So launch.
See if you can import a project.
So let's launch it and see what happens. Or should we see if it put a? Let's see if it put an icon on the desktop, and I don't see. Oh, it'll be. Let me see. Minimize that. Minimize that. Yep, right there it is. Oh my gosh.
I will be back.
We'll be here, I'm sure. Okay, so let's go back over to
There's
this
a few
one.
new web icons.
Yeah, there's two of them. It says Epic Games Launcher and Unreal Engine.
I would launch the Unreal.
So
See if you can import one of your DaVinci files.
right there. So I'm going to close this one completely out. We don't need that. And then, yeah, Greg, good idea, good point. So Unreal, double click.
My kids use Steam.
Okay, has blocked some features of this app. Here goes the Bitcoins.
Please insert your credit card.
Yeah, select or create a new project. So we want to. We don't want games. I guess we want to hit open project. No.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Film, TV, and live events.
well, that keeps popping up. Is this something I should be concerned about?
I mean, it's real.
No, but the message is it keeps blocking some features of that app. Is that something he should be worried about? Is what he was asking.
Right.
No, I mean, it's not a virus or anything. It's part of Epic Games.
It's
So-
trying to block it because it's going outside to get some things,
Yep.
apparently.
Okay, that didn't
Correct.
go well. Hang on, let's try that again. Because apparently I hit the wrong daggone button because I don't see it in my. Okay, so double click. And now I'm really lost because I'm not able to see. So let's go films, television, and events. Thank you. So we're not drinking coffee tonight. We're drinking hot tea with lemon.
Sounds good.
I'm hoping it gets rid of this little headache and cough I've got. So film, televisions, and live events. We'll go next. Oh, here we go. Blank.
Virtual production, in camera via.
Yeah, I like Greg's idea of importing something. So let's go blank. I'm guessing, I don't know, blank in display, in camera.
Virtual production or in camera, I would think, but I don't know anything.
I don't know nothing about. Hang on, let me do this. Let me grab this and bring it over here so I can keep up with Matthew Camp. So Matthew, if you're watching the stream, oh shoot, he can't see this because I adjusted this camera. Hold on, let me change this camera a little bit. Let's adjust it again. Let's start with blank, see what happens with that. And a next. Enable to include additional content package. Choose if real time retracing should enable. I don't know. See, this is already. Let's just start with this one. No starter content. What's starter content? No starter content. No, I guess well, so that makes no sense. If you hit no starter content, you're back to choosing. So we want, I guess, no starter content, and then this one. whatever. I'm just going to go to create the project. That was not good. Yeah, this so far on a scale of 1 to 10 is at about a -20.
I'll tell you, it seems like a big
Projects of
program now.
different games you're working on.
Huge program.
You're a developer of games is what this is, I think.
I
Says
think
you
so.
can also make films and
Yeah, for creating games, I would think.
create the highest quality games, films, visualizations, and designs.
Yeah, that's what the
Yeah.
website said. So I don't understand why when I put all that in there and then clicked on create, it exited it, re-entered it, and it's restarting it. That makes no sense whatsoever to me. And Matthew can't really see
Might
it.
be pulling something down from one of their web servers.
Yeah, that's again, it's moving in the wrong direction on my scale of whether I want to keep it or not.
There's a YouTube video by somebody on Unreal Engine versus Blender. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know if Matthew
comparing
can hear us, but this is not for getting games to play, it's for creating games.
I don't know if he can or not too, honestly. He used to be able to.
Unreal or Blender EEVEE for filmmaking.
Yeah, because
Short video on YouTube by a guy named Brian Rogers. But
I saw one, it's been a while back, but I saw one that said that DaVinci Resolve was actually better at some of the things Blender does than Blender itself did. And the guy took 2 videos and he did one in Blender and he did the exact same one in DaVinci Resolve with far less steps. So, but I mean, these are people that have been doing this for like forever.
Yep.
So that's stuck on 45% on the shades, and it's not getting anywhere at all. And I've
It's
closed
counting
one
though.
thing down 3 times already, and it keeps coming back. So I don't understand that.
you don't want to,
Uh-oh.
it's moving.
Memory allocation. Whoa, really? Oh, okay. So that
video memory.
right, and that was a question that was brought up earlier by Darren. That he said you're going to need a graphics card.
Yep.
I mean, without hesitation, he said, you get that, you're going to need a graphics card. So this is pretty much verifying that. But let's see what happens. What happens if I hit yes? Well, that's what it was hung up on. And what's that smoke coming out the back of my machine for? Wait a minute.
Get the fire extinguisher.
I got my cup of tea right here. I can put it out. Well,
Yes.
it's got lemon in it, so.
Get a bucket of water.
There you go.
The old fire brigade.
a friend of mine actually blew up a monitor doing graphics in the old days. He had an IBM XT monochrome monitor and a Hercules graphics card. And he was writing some software and he sent a signal to the monitor without switching it into the correct mode on the Hercules graphics card, and it blew up his IBM monochrome monitor. And IBM blamed Hercules and Hercules blamed IBM.
Well, of course. You don't think they were going to, you don't honestly think that whoever actually caused it was going to step up and say, we actually caused it, do you?
So
The world we live in starting many, many years ago is, I didn't do it. That's Jeff.
yep.
Oh, doggone it. This is hard to do sitting here. I should actually stand up and, you know what? I'll do that. I'm trying to adjust the camera by being lazy and not getting up to go do it.
I got about 12 minutes and I gotta get to bed.
How's the knee?
It hurts, but that's not the problem. Got to go out tomorrow at 12:15.
Yep. That looks good. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Right there. with the delay, I don't know where that's at, so I'm gonna leave it right there. Yeah, I got a real, I mean, I'm almost ready to just go ahead and delete it without ever giving it an opportunity to see what it does. How much memory? I have 264, Matthew, but I do not have a graphics card.
So Gary, are you back at work?
No, I'm off all week.
Yep.
So Matthew, can you hear everybody from the Zoom, Matthew? I hope he can. Hope I didn't mess that up. That looks fairly good. It could be because that's at an angle and that's not at an angle. Again, now it's stuck. I got a funny feeling it's going to pop up that same memory error as it did earlier.
It may just need more horsepower that then your integrated graphics can handle easily.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely on graphics right now.
Yeah, it's
Here.
but I have to give it. I mean, I should give it an honest chance, right? I mean, I shouldn't get frustrated right now and say, "Whoop, got to get rid of it." Ooh, get no feedback on. You may have too many things open.
Well, yeah.
Whoa, me? Too many things open? Can't
We
believe
got
it.
12 tabs open.
Honestly, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Damn, are you looking at my screen? I have 12 tabs open, and I've got Zoom open, and I'm uploading, and I got Mozilla running something. I can close Firefox off. It's not doing anything important, so let me close that. That's not needed. That's cool.
Got ESP.
And let me get rid of that. Now, oh, and I have Brave Browser. How many do I have open in Brave Browser? Only 3? Oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? But that's the matrix right there. Oh, you guys, yeah, I'm sharing my screen so you guys see the matrix.
Yep.
I don't want that to stay up. I'll clearly get a violation on that. Yeah, Firefox was open. DaVinci is not running. Photoshop is not running. Blender's not running. I could close Brave Browser, I believe. I don't think I'm going to lose anything. I can always go find it. So it's now closed. So right now, the only thing running is OBS, Zoom, and I can start closing some tabs out up here. So there's 1. I can close that. There's 2. I can close that. I better not close that one. I better not close that one. I can close that one.
Just go Alt F4. That closes all windows.
Yeah, but that shuts down the streams and everything else.
That's why you said it.
Ah, okay.
You knew that.
Actually, I did not, but for purposes of this conversation, I knew that. Check to see how much memory you have using Task Manager and clicking the Performance tab. Oh, sure. Task Manager. So we'll share that with everybody. So Performance. Memory's at set 27% on the memory. CPU is plugging away though at 98, 78, 84%. That's because of the integrated graphics, right?
Yeah.
See, I've
Hit the
learned.
process.
Hit what, Gary?
Process.
Process.
You know that
Yeah,
that's the editor.
view editor, it's very high.
Yeah.
OBS is taking a pig's worth,
Yeah.
and then Google Chrome.
Into malware services.
Yeah, that jumped up. I seen that jumped up there pretty high for a second. But yeah, this one's very high. OBS is just high. These are fluctuating down here. So
Animalware is ransomware in part of Windows Defender.
So we're back to that old argument of, do I need a graphics card?
If you're gonna run this, you do.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I was just looking on Newegg for the graphics card that I was wanting to buy a year ago. The EVGA list price for a 1660 Super is about $239. There was a seller on
oh, here we
Newegg
go. Oh man,
had one for $825 and had a 67% satisfaction rating from stuff they've sold. So
well,
I think I'll pass.
Yeah, I would too.
welcome. Can you guys see the screen? Welcome to Unreal Engine
Yep.
4. Click the. Now, you guys can take this however you want. I am not even going to try to politically correctly or anything. I don't care if the YouTube board gets mad at me. This is 2021, and I really would have thought that the graphics wouldn't look like something from the 1980s and 1990s. And to me, all this stuff up here across the top, save current, source control, that you got a little
Right.
graduation cap up here blinking if you want the icon of the tool. We're about a -50. So let's close that and see if there's an import, because I liked Craig's.
Import is right down on your left, your
Right.
lower left.
Oh, I see.
Add
Yes,
import.
yes. I see. Yes. Thank you. You guys are helpful. Okay, so now what do we want to do? Go find import. Add import brings up Blackmagic output, Blackmagic media source, Blackmagic output. Output information for media capture, frame buffer, pixel. That's not what I want. Blackmagic media source, media. That's not what I want.
So much stuff here doesn't look very intuitive.
No, no.
You guys seeing media profile? Media profile that configures the inputs, outputs, and time code. That's not what I want. Media texture. Ugh. Live link now.
Looks like a pretty steep learning curve.
Yeah, well, media seems to be the closest to what I want. Media source. That clearly wasn't what I wanted. Project file is out of date. Would you like to? Oh, really? Seriously? just got it brand new today. We're sorry, sir. Your car warranty ran out 3 years ago.
But I bought it today.
I bought it today. Well, we tried to get you to buy that extended warranty. Okay, add. Invalid. Okay, so here's what's about to happen. I think I've given it kind of, sort of, maybe a fair shake. It is going to be a huge learning curve.
What's the media on your left there? Right up above. Go up above a little bit. There's media.
All right
That's
here.
not right there.
Yeah.
When I click on it, it's importing something right here. Shaders compiling.
At least that doesn't need your graphics card.
So far, I got a real bad feeling. Dismiss that. Don't want that. That's crowdness. Compiling. Yeah, I mean, it's probably taking its sweet ass time because I insulted it by saying it looks like it's from the 1980s and 90s.
You see over in the right hand corner at the bottom?
Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I'm watching it right here. It says the same thing.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But it shouldn't be doing that if it did that already, which I thought it did that when it
Did all that for 2 hours.
yeah, when we downloaded it and installed it and everything else. Virtual production, so And now, okay, so you click on a new one and it goes back to a different number of compiling. Go to basic, goes back to another number and installing. So yeah, it's gone. Who wants in?
Alex, maybe?
Alex, yeah, it is. Well, I have to stop sharing. So here's something that I don't like either. I clicked on the X button to get out of there. It still ain't closed. So we're going to go to Task Manager. We're going to go to UE, whatever. Yeah, it's gone.
How's it? What did I miss, Ken, with the software?
Oh, it's. Do you serious?
Very slow without a graphics card.
Well,
It's
not
really
only,
lazy.
yeah, very slow is being very kind.
And
Um,
about a 10-year learning curve.
at least a 10-year learning curve. At least.
Oh, it needs a graphics card.
Yes.
Other than that, your machine is powerful enough to run it.
Yes.
I got it.
But that.
I wouldn't. Sorry,
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I wouldn't go that far though.
Well, it was kind of trying to run it. I think a graphics card might have helped out, but the learning curve in itself and me trying to learn it, that's where the problem lies. I didn't expect it to be like Wondershare is so identical to DaVinci Resolve. I can flip back and forth between the two and I don't have to go research anything. They are damn near identical. They really are. Wondershare, DaVinci Resolve, and Vega Sony Pro, or Sony Vegas Pro, whatever it is, are almost identical. Sony Vegas has got a little things that are a little different, but once you get the basic concept of you import the media, you manipulate it, you export it or render it, concept's the same. I did not see that in that. So now,
Who's playing music in the background?
Not me.
Aye.
Not me.
Sounds like somebody was playing music in the background.
you won't hear it now. That was the television from the Filipino TV. But it's really interesting that you heard it and nobody else did.
I was hearing it. I was just being polite and not saying
I don't
anything.
know. If you guys hear stuff like that, by all means, get a hold of Zeev Nenor. He'll mute
It
me
wasn't
and-
real loud.
It wasn't bugging me.
All right,
Yeah.
so here's what we're going to do together.
Hey Ken.
Sir,
Yeah, just a quick interruption. I'm looking at Unreal myself just to see what it is.
yes.
It's 41 gig to run to just download it with all the different things you need to download and update and down. Most programs aren't 41 gig.
Now he tells me. Okay, let's get rid of it. You guys are seeing my screen, no? Wait
Yep.
a minute.
Yeah.
You guys are seeing my screen, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
No?
Yes, with your
Is she
smiling
here?
face.
I don't want to piss her off because
Yes.
I'll hear. Oh gosh, she
Yes.
could be watching YouTube stream. I'm joking, Catherine. Please don't bite my head off. Okay, so,
I really like that picture.
oh thanks.
Other
Let's
than-
get
other
rid of
than-
that. Let's get rid of
Other than
that.
your finger in front of the camera.
No, my finger's kind of off to the side of the camera, but it's pretty close. I mean, you are somewhat correct. Okay, so, this is interesting. How do I get rid of it?
Go to start.
Matthew Camp.
Uninstall.
Hey,
Program.
Dr. Rob. Good to see you. Dr. Rob is someone I met this afternoon, and Jeff and this man and I are going to hopefully get together because I was blown away with his video knowledge and capabilities. You know anything about what's this one called I just downloaded? Unreal Engine.
Unreal.
Hopefully he's still with us. Dr. Rob, would you like to join us on Zoom? If you would, send me an email, kstout2016@gmail.com. I wished you would join us on Zoom and demonstrate to my crowd and my panel and my group what you were doing today. That was awesome. Anyway, go to start.
Programs.
Programs. Uh-oh.
Find
Your
the
control
Unreal.
panel and then programs and features. And just remove the
Okay,
Remove
don't
it.
confuse me. Go to control panel.
yes.
Yeah, that's not working.
Harry
anymore.
recommends you use.
If there's
the
an Unreal
overall.
Engine folder, it may have an uninstall right in there.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, you're not seeing my screen because it's over here on this one. X, Y, V.
T to V, it doesn't look like it made a folder.
It didn't.
It's
So-
owned by Epic Games though, so that's why we got Epic Games.
Oh, you might have, yeah, just,
right click on it and see if there's an uninstall.
So right click right here.
That's just a shortcut. That's not going to give you an uninstall. That's
No,
just
you
a
gotta
shortcut.
go to start button, then programs, then Epic Games, then right click and see if there's an uninstall.
Okay, so got
Now just scroll through this list on your left-hand side and go down to ease.
let's see,
There
Epic
it is.
Games right here.
Right click,
Uninstall.
uninstall. There you go. Now go down to ease in this list. Go to the same place and uninstall.
Looks like there's a couple of them actually.
Well, it installed packages to that software.
So just pick one or both.
Yeah. Pick them both.
One at a time, probably.
Yeah, one at a time, but all three need to go. Or just the games launcher and the online
Okay,
services.
so uninstall. Yes. Currently running. No, it's not.
Yes, it is. You need to exit it. It's down in your system tray.
Where? Because I don't see it down in my system tray.
Click on your little
System tray is just to the
triangle.
left of your clock.
Yeah, I know. I was just
Click
giving
on your little. Click on
That's
your
just giving you a
triangle
hard
because you
time,
probably have it
Alex.
hidden.
Alex is just giving you a hard time.
There it goes.
Speaking about control panel, Brightech
Funny, it
09
wouldn't
did a
shut that
video
off
on
on its
Microsoft.
own.
Do what, Rick?
Funny, it wouldn't shut that off on its own. Usually they do.
Well, funny, when I hit exit, it didn't exit, and I had to go to the daggone task manager to get it to go, and it didn't. And, I mean, again, here's another point of my paranoia, or whatever you want to call it, that I kind of wished I'd have known it was 700 million gigabytes in size, and it was going to take 2 hours to get, and I couldn't, you know, I didn't really expect it to have that hard of a learning curve, but then, like I said, DaVinci, Wondershare, Sony Vegas Pro, I bounced back and forth, and I decided I like DaVinci better, so I got rid of Sony Vegas Pro. And I do have
Let me just make it
Wondershare.
easy. Let me just make it easy for you and say this: anything that you have to download another program to be able to download, like Epic Games Launcher, probably means that whatever you're trying to download is a million gigabytes in size.
Now you tell me. You couldn't tell me that at 3 o'clock this afternoon before I did this? Your check just got canceled. So, Alex, I'm really
Yes.
hoping sometime tomorrow afternoon I get notification that you are streaming from your phone. That would be good.
The question is will you be watching for my? Will
Alex,
you be watching for my?
you act like you think I don't live on this computer. I'm on this computer 27 hours a day. Yes,
That's me. That's me. You're not. You've at least got a wife that you have to take back and forth to work.
15 minutes. And I'm working on teaching her to drive so she can drive herself.
You
My
said that she don't
God,
want to
he's
drive the
wanting
last time that
somebody
she
to
drives.
sit
That's
there
when
and
y'all
watch
was
for
in
him to
Vegas.
show up.
Do what, Rick?
He's wanting somebody to sit there all day and wait for him to show up. I wouldn't have time to.
Alex, she has driven, this is 2021. In the last 5 years, she has driven a grand total of twice. Once in Las Vegas, she ran to Burger King to get us some lunch while we emptied the truck. And once here, after she got her eye worked on and she could see, she drove about 7 miles from out in the middle of the country into town, and she hasn't driven since.
Now see if there is now see if there's an entry in that list for Unreal Engine.
Well,
Well,
there's Epic Online
First,
Services.
I want to get rid of this Epic Online Services. An error.
Hmm.
It's already been uninstalled, so okay. So
Man,
now
I
what do we
can
want to look
read.
for?
Unreal Engine.
Unreal.
Oh, it's Unreal, all right.
Not there.
I don't see it. Okay, close that. Down
Well, go
here.
see if it's
You might see if
still
there's
has
any program
folder in
folders
the
where it was
program.
installed.
Unreal projects come up.
Good
Go
night,
to
Gary.
Gary, good night.
Good night, guys.
Come on, Gary.
Let me know how tomorrow goes, please.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep. Good night. Okay, so
click on this PC and go to C. Click on this PC and go to C drive, and open up your programs files folder.
can I
Well, you
get
can
rid of this?
the projects if
Thank
you
you.
want to
Thank
first,
you. Thank you.
since you're already here.
Right, and it's gone. So now go to this PC. Make it full screen so I can see it. Go to
C, drive
is
C,
that C is in yes or C is in the drive?
Local disk C.
Charlie,
local disk.
Okay, okay, guys. So
Open.
Double click it. Go
program
to
files.
program files.
yeah,
What are we looking for?
Epic Games or Unreal.
Well, it should be alphabetical. So C, D, G. So it's not there.
out
It
there.
may be
I
X.
don't
It
see
may be
'em.
under x86 for 32-bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what this one looks kind of new. That's probably it too.
Yeah, you can probably
hang
remove
on,
that.
we're gonna come right back. I need to see. Oh, Darren, bloody hell! That's the one
Might
thing.
try Program Files x86.
Yeah, I'll go back, but this one just got installed this evening. This D.
Yeah, but that could be associated with your other thing, the webcam software too.
Possibly, yeah. Okay, so we're looking for E.
Yeah, there you
Epic
go.
Games. So what do I want to do? Just
Right click,
delete.
delete.
That's gone. Now we want to look for U.
Yeah,
I don't see anything there. So let's see.
It's not there. So everything that must have been associated with Unreal must have got
There's
uninstalled
Epic.
when we uninstalled the Epic Games.
Yep, you missed one, Alex. We just found another one. Why can't I right click? There we go. Delete. Gotta leave that on there in case Doug wants to connect. There's USO private. What in the hell is that? That was from 2019. Hey, Darren.
Right.
Good
That's
morning.
the first one.
Where did that come from? Because this is on my computer that I built in July. I guess that would be about right. But this says 2019. Anybody know what
So-
USO shared is?
open it up and see what it is.
No, I don't. It looks like it's some folder that was left over from something that you deleted, because it's just got a logs file in there. So it looks like you uninstalled something, and then it just left a programs folder behind.
Yeah, I'm not gonna slip over it.
What you should do, you want to go down to start. Go to settings. Update and security. No, excuse me, go back to the display. That's right, it's under display. Go up to system. Go down to storage. Okay, you've got your storage sense turned off. You want to turn that on.
Right here.
Right. Just click on it. Okay, now
That will
click on-
automatically delete all your temporary files and
right
stuff after
now.
a certain.
Click and run the storage right below it.
Right here.
Click and run, yes. Okay, never, that's good. Okay, go down there and click clean up now.
Hey, Darren.
Windows in the background
Yeah.
will delete unnecessary files and folders that you don't need.
Okay.
Like when you do Windows update, cumulative update, blah, 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 it leaves residue that it downloaded behind.
Oh.
The
And if
storage
you're like
tends to
me,
automatically
and
get
if you're like
rid of
me,
it.
you do it automatically. You
Yeah,
do it
free-
manually.
it freed up 4.39 gigabyte of disk space.
That's right.
Wow.
And there's another.
And when Windows does a feature upgrade, it will free up a whole lot more space, like 30 gigs. I've had it free up 30 gigs before after doing a feature update.
You can close that out, go back to Windows Explorer. You can get rid of that. Just close that X and get rid of that box.
I just wanted to make sure that it's not going to accidentally do something, so I get rid of that. Okay.
Yeah, see, now that's gone.
Yeah.
I
So
would go to Explorer.
close this.
Yeah,
Close this.
no, go down to C drive, just right click on C drive. Go to properties. Run disk cleanup.
That's how I.
See, now you can get rid of another 1.38 gigabytes.
I don't have to do anything but hit OK.
Click on
Okay,
click on clean up system files,
right. Click on that.
and then it will scan, and then you can do that,
It gets rid of the Windows update files.
because that's just, you have to click on clean up system files to get rid of all the
Right.
Windows update junk.
I'm going to gain another 4.92 gigabyte.
Yep.
Damn. So real quick, Darren, you were correct. I do need a graphics card for the program that we just installed and uninstalled.
Oh, I thought so.
Yeah, you were correct. So I want to give credit where credit's due. So boy, I wish Dr. Rob would join us. He has such cool. He's got a cool background. I was impressed with how much he had.
What
Yeah,
you're
I-
doing now, you
I
should
always
do at
do
least once
this
a month.
procedure. I always do this procedure manually after running a Windows feature upgrade or whatever, to get rid of all the Windows update.
Well, I
extra,
mean- You guys know I'm Mr. Technical, so
30 gigs or whatever, it'll free up 20, 25.
That delete after 30 days anyway.
But I'll just,
does it? Do you honestly
Yeah,
trust
it's
that?
automatically deleted after 30 days.
I
Any
don't,
backup?
I do it manually. I do everything on the computer manually. I don't let the
I'll
computer
have
do
mine set
anything.
for every 2 days or something.
Yeah. So Alex, to go back to something we were talking about a while ago, I don't get notifications, so I wouldn't be notified of it. But I literally am on this computer from the minute I get up. I take my medicine, I check my mail, I have breakfast, I get on Zoom with either you, Blackwatch, or Darren, and then I go start looking at YouTube to see what's going on in the YouTube world. That's it. That's my day. That's why I can't get any video editing done. I need to really, honestly, but I'm not going to, I need to really take a day and say, this is what I'm going to do today, and do it.
Make yourself
What?
a to-do list like I do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that works well, too, to do.
Whenever I try
no.
to get on, whenever I try to get on Zoom
I know what you're saying, though, Greg. I do.
with you, you don't want to, because you pretend to be busy.
No, I don't pretend to be. When I get busy, I'm busy. I got so tired of make work in the military. I do not make work. I do actual work. Just like today, when I got home dropping her off, I pull into the garage. I'm like, it's such a great, comfortable day today. I think I will clean the garage. And then I didn't get anything done. But part of that's because I don't feel good. Part of that's because I have a scratchy throat, a little bit of a temperature, a little bit of a cough, and I took a 4-hour nap. So that was, I'm not making excuses. Yes, I'm making an excuse. That's why that didn't get done. I'll get stuff done when I get around to it. But look how long it took for Darren and I to move data from these broken drives or these bad drives that are going bad onto my good drive so that I don't lose the information that's on there. What'd that take? 3 weeks? I honestly, I know you guys don't understand, and believe me, I don't do things very. Tonight was as close to doing something hastily as I've ever been, because instead of taking, I want to wait, I went ahead and did it. Normally I take about 3-4 weeks to say, do I really want to do that before I do it? So I could do stuff in the background too. I mean, I can bring Zoom up here and work over there. Okay, so that's done. Now what?
Now,
Just clean up.
close that out and reopen it and see how much space you gained compared to what it was before.
Close this out. Right click.
Properties.
Just clean up.
You've got 650 gigs free.
What it says, yes.
Yeah.
That's good. Now, can I do that on all drives or just my C drive?
You can do it on any drive.
So if I wanted to go over here and look at this one, oops,
Yeah.
wrong button. Wrong button, Doug. Properties. So this has got 2.12 terabyte free. I'll do a disk cleanup on it. Clean up system files.
There's no.
But because it's
Okay.
not the C drive, you
Okay,
don't have all the
okay.
other options that you do. With it.
You want to
So
click.
it's really just the recycle bin.
Yeah, click the recycle bin.
Now, is that the recycle
Okay.
bin that's connected
Yeah.
to the C drive?
No, this is on D.
Okay. I didn't know they were separated. Okay, that's cool. Oops.
Yeah. Sometimes
where
when
did
you
that
have
go?
an external drive connected to your computer and you delete something, it will put it in the recycle bin. But it's the recycle bin for that.
Now you've got indexing
whatever
turned
drive,
on
whatever
that
that is.
drive. Is that something you want?
I have no clue, Jeff. Not to
I
be
would-
cute
I
or
would
smart.
turn
I
it
don't
off.
know.
Indexing is for corporations. When you're in a
And-
corporation and you're on a network and you're looking for a file, you don't necessarily know the correct file name, maybe a keyword that's in it, and that's how it uses
That's
that.
what this
file
is down
index.
here.
And it slows your computer down. So uncheck it.
Yeah, I have both mine unchecked.
You have chosen
Siri
to make the
always turns off.
following disable. Apply
say okay.
changes.
No, you got it on the. You want to do that on the C drive.
Yeah, I'll go back and check
Yep.
that in a minute.
Well, you can't now.
We can't confuse me, because then I'll turn into Darren and I'll be calling him tomorrow. I go, guess what I did last night? And then when he laughs, I go, but wait, there's more. Sorry, Darren. I might be doing it right now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just
worry.
removing an
Those
indexing
hard drives on the
check mark.
external grid now.
Okay, Matthew, good night. Thank you. In fact, I think I'll shut the stream off as well. Let's see how long we've been going. Hour 27. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth. Okay, good deal. Wow, it's been that way for a while, but it's been streaming for a while because I have nothing in chat. That's crazy. All right, good. Matthew, thank you. Dr. Can't remember his name now. Doggone it. Anyway, he knows who I'm talking about. Hopefully he joins one of the Zooms one of these nights. You guys will be, I mean, just, I can't.
Dr. Rob Allen.
Yeah, Dr. Rob. Can't. There's no way for me to describe how impressed you will be, because it's just amazing. I'm going to end it.